Hello and welcome back, students of grade 6. Today, we will be learning about planning and collecting data, which has been taken from Unit 6 from your textbook. So, before we start, let's be clear about what actually we will be doing in this particular chapter or particular unit. Exercise 6.1 and 6.2 has already been done in your PDF file. So if you go through, when you go through the PDF, when you go through the file, you will see that the sums has been already done there. But before we go to 6.3, I would just like to brief you a few points which will help you and might help you and will make it easier for you to understand while solving 6.1 and 6.2 as well. So first, once again coming back to the point, planning and collecting data. First of all, let's try to understand what actually is a data. Okay. Data is all about information. It's all about collecting information. Say for example, like we receive a phone call every day in our cell phone. We get calls from the companies asking us about the services. We get calls from the banks asking us about their services and how do we like about it, or what is our opinion, our response towards their service to us. So those are the few ways in which the information or the data can be collected. There are two ways of collecting data. Number one is the primary, and then number one is the primary data. What is a primary data? Data which we collect ourselves, like in a small number. Say for example, like in a classroom. Say if in case you are asked, how many of your friends love ice cream over chocolate? So what you will do is like the first thing you will do is like you will ask your friends and then you will make a list. Number of students who will prefer ice cream and the number of students who prefer chocolates. So that is known as that whole collection together is known as a primary data because there is you yourself, you are going and collecting it, collection by yourself. So there is the primary data, that is done on the spot. Now what is the secondary data? Secondary data is the data that has already been collected or recorded by somebody else, which can be used for a future reference. For example, like if somebody comes and asks me, how many numbers of, like what are the total numbers or how many number of cars are there in the world? So it's not possible for us to go and count one by one, right? So in that case, what is done? A survey is taken out and then somebody else, the companies, they give their records and then which are all tallied together and as a general information which can be collected from the net or from the magazine or from the GK or from the current affairs. So those records which are already being done by somebody else can be categorized as a secondary data. So, and one more form of collection of data can be a questionnaire. Like a questionnaire, like it can be handouts to your friends, to your families, like say for example, if you had a birthday party at your home and then like you want to get the feedback or you want to know the response, so you can hand out you can give your handouts to your friends and families asking their opinion, like whether how would they rate it, how would they like it, whether they really enjoyed it or not. It's a questionnaire for a person to fill in. They will fill it up and then they will give it to you, so that you will read it and then you will understand, you will know that okay fine, this many people were happy, this many number of people did not like the way you create the dishes, the foods and all. So that is known as a questionnaire where you will be given out. It's a small form of survey being carried out. So now using the aforesaid all those things like the data, primary data and secondary data and the questionnaire, you will be able to solve exercise 6.1 and 6.2 by yourself. And 6.2, it's a questionnaire which I really want you to try because like in 6.2, forget about whether the answer is correct or wrong, but you need to try because every individual may have a different opinion. So it's a survey that is being carried out. Please try exercise 6.3. Now when we move on to 6.2. Now when we have here 6.3, from 6.3 I'll be doing 2-3 sums. So 6.3, the first question, as you can see, in 6.3 we will be doing few sums using data collection sheet, and let's try to understand what actually is data collection sheet and as well as frequency table. Now, as you can see in the board, there is question number 1, which I have already done here. Okay, the questions has been set here. So the question here says 20 students were asked to choose their favorite color out of red, blue, green, yellow, pink, or other. The results are, you can see as I have written it down in the whiteboard. So question number A, copy and complete the data collection sheet to show this information. So favorite color, red, blue, green, yellow, pink, and others. So we are asked to complete the data collection sheet. So that means it's a small survey that was carried out, for example. So we have to find out how many students, they are all total 20 students. How many students prefer red, how many students prefer blue, how many students prefer green, and vice versa. So, as you can see in the box, red. Let's see, out of 20 students, how many students prefer red? Or how many students love red? So, we have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So, now let's enter it in the box. It is how many we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll use it like 1, 2, 3, 4, and a diagonal line. So why do we use a diagonal line? Because it becomes easier when it comes in counts of 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, one more we have 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now when we move on to the next one, we have blue. Let's count how many of them prefer blue. 1, 2, 3. That is 1, 2, and 3. Now let's take the green. We have the green here. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4. That is 1, 2, 3, and 4. Yellow. We have yellow here as 1, 2. One more we can see at the back, 3. That is, we have 1, 2, and 3 yellows. And now let's see whether we have pink. We have a pink here. That is 1. And we have others. That means any other color rather than this color side. So that is like we have altogether 1, 2, and 3. We have 3 other colors. So, sorry. So this way, this one, we have 3. 1, 2, and 3. Okay. So this is how we fill the data collection sheet. Once again, the question is there. The question was for us. The question was copy and to complete the data collection sheet to show this information. So we have completed this data collection sheet with the amount of information that we have received. That there are 20 students, and out of 20 students, these were their favorable colors. So red, blue, green, yellow, and pink. So we have given down the tally marks here. So now, question number B. Which color was the most popular? So as you can see here, the number of students which prefer the color, their favorite color, as you can see here, red, the number of students we have here is 6. In blue we have 3, green, that is 3 students love blue, 4 students love green, 3 students love yellow, 1 student prefers pink, and then 3 others prefer other colors, sorry. So as you can see, the most popular color here is red, since red has the maximum number of students. Since red. So which color was the most popular? So it's very obvious that red is the most popular color in that particular class. Now moving on to the next question, we have the students in one class were divided into 3 groups. In this question, we will be dealing with a table. So there is A, B, and C. There were 10 students in each group. Each member of the group had to answer as many questions as they could in 10 seconds. Here are the number of questions that each student answered correctly. So here in this question, I have written down the question here, group A, group B, and group C. As you can see there, these are the number of questions that each student answered correctly. So these are the number of questions that each student answered correctly. Okay. So we have to copy and complete the data collection sheet the same way, like as we have done for question number 1, the same way we will be doing for question number 2. That is question number 2. Copy and complete the data collection sheet to show the above information. The score for the first 6 students from group A have been done for you. So now, when we look in the observations here, so by looking at the observations, we have to fill in this data collection sheet. Right, when we look in the group A, 2, 1, 3, 2, 2, 1, 2, 2, 3, 4. So these are the number of questions that the students have answered correctly. So for group A, when we look in the group A, we can see that 0. We cannot find any, we can see that they have attempted all the questions, right? So, number of questions answered correctly in group A for question number 1. We have here 1 and 2. That is 1, 2. Number of questions answered correctly, that is question number 2. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Clear? Now, number of answers correctly. There is a number of students answered correctly. That is question number 3. That is 1 and 2. We have two of them, and 4 we have only 1. That will be for group A. Now let's move on to group B. In group B, we can see that these are a number of questions answered by the students, right? So 2 of them did not answer any questions. So 2. So you can see question number 1 was answered by 1 and 2 of them. Question number 3, only 1 of them. Question number 2, question number 1 we have 2. Question number 2 we have 1, 2 and 3. That is 1, 2 and 3. Question number 3 we have only 1 questions answered correctly by the student. And question number 4, and the number 4 we have 1, 2. That is 2 of them answers correctly by the students. When we move on to group C, we can see even here the same. We have 2 of them. 1, 2. Question number 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. These are the number of questions answered correctly by the students. That is 1, 4 of them. 2 is 2 of them. 3, 1 of them. And 4 we have here 1. Clear? So this is how exactly we have to complete the collection data collection sheet. So question number 1 and question number 2, if you're clear with question number 1, question number 2 it becomes very easy for you to understand. And once again, by using this question, by using this question number 1, question number 2, and question number 2 of these questions will help you in solving furthermore questions in future as well when it comes to collections like data collection sheet, involving data collection sheet. So we'll be moving on to the next question, the last question, that will be question number 3. In question number 3, 30 students were asked to choose their favorite subject out of maths, science, art, history, or other. The results are, as you can see in the whiteboard, I have already written down the question for you. So the question here is A. Copy and complete the frequency table to show this information. So as you can see, the frequency table has already been done here. So we are asked to complete and fill this frequency table. So how to start or how to do it? First of all, as you can see in question number 1 and question number 2, we have done a similar kind of question. So in this question number 3, what actually is a frequency table? Frequency table is also a table for collection of data. Like as you can see here in the frequency table, we have 3 columns. We have the subjects here, the tail, which is the information, and the frequency, the total number of tails that we have. Okay, to begin with, as we can see in maths, right? So, how many students chose maths? As we can see here, there are 30 students. Out of 30 students, how many number of students chose maths? As you can see here, let's count. 1. We have here 1. We have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. Now let's put it in the tally format. That is 1, 2, 3, 4 and then follows by the diagonal, that is 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, diagonal 10, 11 and 12. That means the total frequency we have here is 12. Now let's go for signs. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have 8. That is 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. 1, 2 and 3. That is 8. We have R. Now next we have R. 1, 2. So for the students who chose art are only 2. There is 1 and 2. There is 2. And for history, next we have history. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. We have 6 students which have selected history. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. That is 6. And then the number of students who selected other subjects rather than the specified subjects given here are, that is, we have here 1 and 2. We have 2. Clear? So in order to check whether we are right or wrong, let's calculate the total. 20, 28, 29 and 30. So now we have filled up the frequency table. Now the next question is, what was the most popular subject? As we have done a similar sum in question number 1 and question number 2, we can see from here, it's very clearly given here, the most popular subject that we have is maths. So likewise, I have done question number 1, question number 2 and question number 3. We have question number 4. You can please try question number 4 at home. Once again, I repeat, exercise 6.1 and 6.2, kindly complete it at home, and in order to complete it, kindly go through the PDF file and also follow the brief explanation which I had given you earlier in the beginning of this video, including the data, what is actually a data, primary data, secondary data, questionnaire, frequency table. When you go through and when you listen to the explanation, it will definitely be helpful for you in solving exercise number exercise 6.1 and 6.2. And 6.2 is a questionnaire. Once again, I repeat, exercise 6.2 is a questionnaire. Please do not be confused. It's just the personal opinion. It's the opinion. It's a set of questions that has been set. You have to do a little bit a small survey, and you have to whether you agree with the question or whether you do not agree with the question. And if you don't agree with the question, why you don't agree with the question? Those are the simple reasoning questions that here. Kindly, please try to do it. And then the rest, the assignments have been uploaded in the PDF. Please make sure that you do the assignments. We also understand you are doing your best. Please take care, stay safe, and all the best. God bless you. Thank you.